WELLCOMBEVERYONE. Success is not some mysterious force reserved for the lucky or the chosen few. It is a formula-specific, repeatable process made up of clear thoughts, focused goals, disciplined habits, and daily actions. Too many people treat success like a dream that might one day come true if the stars align. But that's a fantasy. The truth is, success responds to structure. It rewards the individual who treats each day like a building block, laying brick after brick with consistency and intention. When you show up daily regardless of how you feel and commit to small, purposeful steps toward your vision, you engage the formula. Over time, those small efforts compound into unstoppable momentum. The key is application. Not once, not when convenient, but daily. This is the difference between wishing for a better life and creating one. Every great achievement begins with a clear and definite goal or target, so specific that it leaves no room for confusion or hesitation. Without direction, effort is scattered and time is wasted. But when your mind is locked onto a single purpose, your thoughts, emotions, and energy align to serve that vision. That clarity alone is not enough. It must be backed by relentless action taken daily, regardless of fear, fatigue, or failure. Relentless action is the force that bends circumstances, attracts opportunity, and dissolves obstacles. It is the commitment to keep going long after others have quit, with a definite goal in front of you, an unwavering movement toward it. You become the architect of your life. You are no longer reacting to the world, you are reshaping it. Your destiny isn't something handed to you. It's something forged by focused thought and tireless effort. A thought alone is like a spark. It holds potential, but without fuel, it fades quickly. When that thought is infused with powerful emotion, desire, faith, love, or even burning determination, it transforms into a magnetic force that begins to shape your reality. Emotion gives thought intensity, and intensity gives thought the power to impress itself upon your subconscious mind. And it is from the subconscious that your beliefs, habits, and results emerge. When you feel your vision deeply, when you imagine your goal with such conviction that it stirs emotion, you begin to draw people, circumstances, and opportunities to you. This is not luck, it's the law of cause and effect at a higher level. What you consistently feel and believe becomes what you live. To think without emotion is to wish, but to feel your thought as real is to command your world to align with it. Belief is not something you either have or don't. It is something you build. And like any structure, it is built brick by brick through repetition. When you affirm a belief daily, when you speak it, visualize it, and act on it, it begins to take root in your subconscious mind. At first, doubt may whisper louder than faith. But repetition crée duped. The more you feed your mind with a specific belief, the more familiar it becomes. And what becomes familiar, the mind accepts as true. This is how belief transforms from a fragile thought into an unshakable certainty. And certainty is power. It gives you the confidence to act boldly, to persist when others quit, and to expect success rather than fear failure. Without belief, effort is half-hearted. But when belief is strong, when it has been nurtured through repetition, success becomes inevitable. It was. Every great achievement begins with a clear mental picture. Before any great accomplishment exists in the world, it first exists in the mind. A clear mental picture is the blueprint of success. It defines what you want, how it feels, and what it looks like in vivid detail. When your vision is sharp, your actions gain direction and purpose. You're no longer moving blindly or reacting to circumstances. You're guided by an inner image that pulls you forward. This mental picture becomes your standard, and anything less begins to feel unacceptable. The mind, when focused on a specific outcome, begins to filter out distractions and align your energy with the end result. Clarity of vision empowers confidence, and confidence fuels persistence. You begin to make decisions based on where you're going, not where you are. So if you want to achieve something great, don't start with effort. Start with a crystal clear picture. Because what you see in your mind, with enough focus and faith, you will one day hold in your hand. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, but not just any desiria, burning desire, one that consumes your thoughts and refuses to be ignored. This kind of desire is more than a wish. It's a deep emotional commitment to the goal. Desire is the starting point of all achievement, but not just any desiria, burning desire, one that consumes your thoughts and refuses to be ignored. This kind of desire is more than a wish. It's a deep emotional commitment to the goal. When your heart is fully Why? Because it pushes you to keep going when results are slow, when doubt creeps in, and when comfort tempts you to quit. It becomes the inner fire that drives consistent action day after day. Without desire, persistence fades. But when your goal lives in your heart and fuels your spirit, your persistence becomes unstoppable, and it is that persistence that turns dreams into reality. The truth is both empowering and humbling. Nothing outside of you holds the power to define your limits. Not your past, not your circumstances, not other people's opinions, only you. Your potential is vast, but it waits for your permission to be realized. The boundaries you experience are often self-imposed, built by fear, doubt, or inherited beliefs that tell you what you can or cannot do. But when you choose to challenge those limits, to think bigger, act bolder, and believe deeper, you begin to unlock a version of yourself that was always there, waiting. Growth begins the moment you stop blaming and start claiming full responsibility for your life. The only real barrier between where you are and where you want to be is the belief that something else controls your outcome. Once you remove that lie, you become unstoppable, because the only ceiling that exists is the one you choose to accept. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, but like any tool, it requires discipline to be effective. Left unchecked, it can become a chaotic force, pulled in 1,000 different directions by distractions, doubts, and desires. To achieve success, you must train your mind to focus on what matters most to your goals, your vision, and the actions needed to bring them to life. This is where mental discipline comes in. The ability to control your thoughts, redirect your focus, and persist even when challenges are. When you master your thoughts, you align your energy and efforts toward a single, clear purpose. Over time, this focused mental discipline creates momentum, and that momentum leads to consistent action. It's not enough to simply wish for success. You must make a conscious choice every day to guard your mind from negativity and distractions. When you do, results will follow naturally, because your actions will be guided by a mind that is sharp, purposeful, and unstoppable. When you are certain of your direction, the world begins to conspire in your favor. People, opportunities, and circumstances align themselves to support you, even in ways you might not immediately see. This is not magic. It's the result of unwavering focus and clarity. When you know where you are going, you become a force of nature. Confidence and clarity create a magnetic field that attracts what you need. People who lack direction are easily swayed by distractions and external influences, or some pause for the fantasies. But those with a clear purpose cut through the noise. They are decisive, unshaken by doubt, and constantly moving forward. Their certainty in their own path leads others to trust and support them. The world responds to conviction when you know what you want and commit fully to it, And the doors that once seemed closed will start to open. The universe doesn't resist a person who has made up their mind. Instead, it clears the way for them to succeed, because the energy of purpose is the strongest force in existence. The mindset that failure is not an option isn't about denying the possibility of setbacks. It's about refusing to let them define you. When you approach each day with the belief that quitting is simply not an option, your actions shift. You stop treating challenges as obstacles and begin to see them as opportunities for growth. This attitude forces you to think more creatively, work harder, and push through moments of doubt or discomfort. You develop resilience because you're not allowing failure to be part of your story. Even when things go wrong, you learn, adapt, and keep moving forward, knowing that setbacks are temporary and success is inevitable if you refuse to give up. Acting as if failure is not an option empowers you to take risks, make bold decisions, and pursue your goals relentlessly. It fuels persistence, builds your confidence, and ultimately creates an unstoppable momentum. When you live with this mindset, failure becomes an impossibility. Not because it doesn't exist, but because you simply will not allow it to stop you. You will be tempted to quit. You will hear the voice that says, "Take it easy." But that voice is the enemy. Silence it. Feed your mind only with what fuels your vision, because the mind is a garden. What you plant grows. For the next 90 days, discipline yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Wake up with intention, work with obsession, rest with purpose. Let no distraction pull you off course. Let no doubt weaken your belief. Every single day, act like your dream is already yours. Think like it. Walk like it. Speak like it. Don't look for results too soon. Plant the seed. Water